Welcome to Algo Hour. It is July 9th. It's our 56th episode, which is pretty cool. And Feely's back, so we've got StarCast today. We've also got demo days all July. We are happy to give Algo fam time to demo what they built. So today, at the top of the hour, we've got Ludo from Biotech gonna demo what he's built. He's a full stack developer, self-proclaimed Algorand maximalist. I saw on his Twitter profile. Where he's gonna show us what he's built, which is pretty cool. We've got Ted here. Did you find your cat?
No, I did not.
Okay.
No, not yet.
We've lost a cat somewhere in the house this morning, but it will be okay.
Yeah.
And then we have the Lugas. Luga 1
today.
and little Luga. Hello. And of course, Joe, which we didn't even get to scratch the surface on some of the Decipher news last week. And we skimmed over some of the cool announcements and things like that. So I think we need to start a new segment where we each just pick one news thing and say it, because there's so much that goes on every week. We wrapped the show and I was like, I didn't even congrat Loaf on the new job. Loaf Pickle was picked up by Para. And then the week before that, it was somebody else with the foundation. And I just feel like a lot of times we get so busy during the show that we miss some of that stuff. But I'm excited to hear from you for Dev's Den. We had Taco, who was here waiting for the show to get started. And I had said, hey, I hope he's got a marketplace. I hope you demo your marketplace. Maureen Denny's in the house. DC is here. I appreciate everybody that's here. And I think the lineup that we've got scheduled is we're going to let Ludo do his demo right at the top of the hour. And then we'll do Dev's Den after that. That sounds good with everyone. Ludo, are you ready to show us what you got?
Yes, let's start.
Okay, I made a fancy intro just for this occasion. Let me see if I have it here anyways. Maybe. We'll see. Fancy, right? Or no?
I liked it.
Thanks.
Good job.
That's great. Okay, so let me start. I am founder of the Biotech products, and I started a very long time building on Algorand, something like 3-4 years, and I built several products. So I brand them all under the Biotech brand now. So there is a bunch of products. For example, perhaps some of you know the A-Wallet. A-Wallet was one of the first Algorand wallets out there, and it supports many features like multi-sig right from the start. Then it supports multiple DEX aggregators, so person can pick the best price quote, which different DEX aggregators give him. And there is also payment scheduler implemented, and for example, Shamir backup. So one of big news today is that the A-Wallet is now officially called the Biotech Wallet. Biotech Wallet is at wallet.biotech.io, and it's basically the A-Wallet, but on the different address. The wallets are completely compatible, and we will support the A-Wallet further. So if you are still on the A-Wallet domain, it's okay for you. So we have today I'm going to talk mainly about the Biotech Gold. but before I want to speak a little bit about the other products. So Biotech Dex is the Dex on on Algorand, where people can buy or sell the assets. So, for example, if I want to sell Gold DAO and receive USDC, I can just click a button and it will show on my account. Then the main thing about the Biotech DEX is that we are building the concentrated liquidity AMM here, and this is using the DEX aggregators as well. And the main goal of the Biotech concentrated liquidity AMM is to implement them into the DEX aggregators, so that with one swap, you basically aggregate all liquidity on Algorand.
This is totally probably a small brain question. What's the difference between like a aggregator and a concentrated liquidity pool? I guess that.
So the
is
DEX
it like,
aggregator, for example, if you have like BuckFi and TinyMan, and there is like Algo USD pool there, the DEX aggregator picks the right volume to trade at the TinyMan, the right volume to trade at BuckFi. And
right?
the concentrated liquidity AMM is basically the competition to BuckFi and TinyMan. So the main difference between the BuckFi and the Biotech DEX, or this concentrated liquidity AMM, is that a person puts the liquidity into price range. Like if I want to quote or put my liquidity into Euro USD price pair, I don't want to put it on the curve from infinity to infinity, because I believe that it will go only between 1 to 1.10, for example. And if I put it to this price range, I, as a liquidity provider, earn like 10x more trading fees on this liquidity. So it's very good for liquidity providers.
So when you're supplying liquidity, it's not just necessarily for one token, it's like all the tokens within that range. Is that the concentrated aspect of it? Or am I missing it? Maybe I'm the only one.
Each liquidity pool is 2 tokens, basically.
Okay.
Always.
So the same as
like
normal.
Algo USDC or
Yeah.
Euro USDC. And with concentrated liquidity, you put the liquidity into specific price range, so that you get more fees. And also it's good for the other side, for people who swap using these pools, because they get much better price quote, because the slippage is much less than using the traditional AMMs.
Gotcha. Sorry to interrupt.
So, yeah, feel free to ask. So, by the way, we were one of the grantees for the XGov. This was using the XGov 80 proposal. So, this is under the way. Then Biotech Gold. Biotech Scheduler is decentralized scheduler protocol. It's interesting tool for anyone. Like blockchains has the problem that you cannot do like executions. You cannot write a smart contract that that will be executed in one block, but will do the transaction in another block. And decentralized scheduler solves this issue, because it incentivizes people to trigger this deployed smart contract with a small execution fee. So this Biotech scheduler allows, for example, use cases like periodic payments. Like in the bank, you are used to do like a periodic payment on weekly basis, but on Algorand at the moment only in Biatek wallet. You can basically do this. So
You
yeah.
do have to have some development know-how, right? It's a drag and drop,
Yes.
right? Is that this how the scheduler works? You basically drag and drop it. So you kind of have to know more than me, but not as much as Ludo to get it done. I think it's in the middle, right?
Yeah, actually, uh, like there are two front ends for this Biatek scheduler. One is in the A wallet. In A wallet, it's limited only for
Okay.
sending like periodic payments, and there is absolutely no drag and drop. But we created also this drag and drop, basically codeless coding of Algorand smart contracts, where you can, for example, swap and send assets on Algorand blockchain. So you set assets to some number, you execute at some pool ID, you send like this is USDC, send amount, this base token, base number of USDC, and you can also request like minimum amount to be received. And then you can set some variables, and then you can execute like payments to another accounts. So yeah, there are few logic operators, and basically people or kids learn with this blockly system to code. So basically now even kids can code on Algorand. Yeah,
That's
so
cool. And I know we're
it's
running a
quite
little
simple.
short on time, but you wanted to show us the gold, which
Yeah.
I don't know about. I want to see it.
Okay, so let's go to the ASA Gold. The ASA Gold is tokenized gold on Algorand. It's something like melt gold, but a little different. We basically publish full composition of our gold reserves. So if you go to the buy gold coin or the proof of reserves, you can see all gold coins that are in the reserves, and these reserves will never be higher than a token issued. Yeah, for each gold coin, we issued the NFT, so you can go check it at Explorers, for example. It's Arc 3 NFT, and yeah, basically, if someone buys the gold coin for example, 4 grams of gold, then he can use this gold coin to sell it further at price he wants. He can set price in USDC, for example, or basically in any Algo token, and or he can set up to 5 different prices, and whichever price will be met first by the buyers, like it's going to be traded there. Interesting thing is that when people buy it from the reserve, these you pay from the reserve. We sell the token only with gold token. So when you buy it from the reserve, you burn this gold token, and the reserves are lowered basically because the coin is out of the reserves, and uh, and
So do you actually get the gold coin, or do you just get the NFT that signifies the gold coin?
yeah, like the owner can either sell the NFT at higher price, or he can request physical delivery. So,
I just feel
but
that it comes
actually,
out of the
actually, we are
reserve where it
actually
went.
no. If you buy it from the reserves, then
Mm-hmm.
then you are owner of this ASA, and
Mm-hmm.
then the owner of the ASA, like you can sell it at secondary NFT marketplace on Algorand.
Gotcha.
And the owner of this NFT can request physical delivery by postal service. So yeah, but the
Very cool.
like disclaimer, we are based in EU, and we have this service only in EU at the moment.
Right.
So
Okay. Fair enough. That's
uh,
cool. I remember
interesting
being
thing,
interested. Yeah.
yeah,
Go
interesting
ahead.
thing about this is that we published MiCA white papers. So all MiCA regulatory documents are in the white papers, and we also issued the DAO token. So please feel to read the white paper before doing any investment decisions.
Nice.
So
Well, I'm grateful that you took the time. I know you build a lot, and some of it goes over my head, but other people need to know. Not, so I think it's cool that you take a second to kind of show us what you've been working on. The DEX, as we know, is a grant thing. I just want to quick open it up to anybody who might have questions besides my "what is this" question. Joe, Luga, Feely, Ted, any questions we've got for Ludo before we let him go?
I noticed this ASA Gold has its own DEX. Is this something that could be integrated into the other DEXs as well?
it doesn't have like this ASA Gold is currently listed uh, on mostly Pact5. So there are these Pact5 pool. There is one smaller tiny man pool, but the yeah, like on the ASA Gold website, when you do the swaps, you are using this DEX aggregator as well. Like we use mostly the Fox router. So like
Cool.
it's fully on-chain trading.
Yeah, that makes sense. That's kind of all I've got. I don't know, Luga, Joe, you're the technical wizard here.
Yeah. By the way, we are using these email password Algorand account, the ARC76, and anybody who verifies their email with us receives one algo for free. So basically, this is interesting user onboarding where people doesn't even need like Algorand accounts, and with this ARC76, we create the Algorand account for them. When they go to the DEX trading, they can open this, for example, gold account, and by opening the gold account, basically they opt into the gold ASA.
I dig
I
it.
like that.
Well, I
Yeah.
appreciate it. I know you watch Algo Hour, we see in the comments section, so it was cool to have you submit to show off what you built. Keep up the good work, man. I appreciate it big time.
Yeah, thank you a lot for having me.
For sure. I think it's great. I will let you go, and I think we're going to get our own dev update now from Joe, if I'm right.
Can I
Is that
sneak
what's
in?
next? You can totally sneak in.
Can I sneak in?
Do it up. Mm-hmm.
So, in
I forgot about
the demo-y days, right? One thing I want to show off is the great Thirst Hurler Digital Studios.
Okay, let
If I
me see if
can
I can get this queued up. Hang on.
flex it for you.
Oh gosh. I've got 9 screens going.
Is it
I know.
chaos?
Hang on. I'm trying to copy
Oh, but
it.
you can do the victory. Yeah.
Hold on. I can almost. I'm trying.
Oh, is it not live? It's live backstage, so I'm like,
Give
ooh,
me
let's go.
just a second. Yes, it just takes me a minute to Luga horse demo. Okay. Please hold 1 moment.
Please hold.
Please hold.
Sorry, Grandma came in to ask me if I wanted tacos.
I mean, that's
Oh,
always
yes is the
Oh, we got-
answer.
So if you've gotten an Oats Pass in Thirstober, you can go to this lovely page in the factory, and you can redeem and mint a horse. So I'm going to
Oh
redeem
no, I
one
can't hear
live.
anything. Is that just me?
You can't hear me? Am I
It's
muted?
just you, Feely.
Oh, it's just Feely. Sorry, Feely.
I think I can hear you.
So you can mint an Oat Pass with this lovely redeem and mint.
No,
If
I
you
can't hear
want one.
anything.
So I'm going to mint, and you can mint on multiple chains. You gotta hold on, sweetness. Okay. I know, you just gotta hold on. All right. So you can pay with Algo, and you can mint on either Algo or XRP right now. So I could pay in Algo XRP or with a credit card, and then mint on what chain I want. So boom,
What?
use your Algo on XRP, use your credit card, mint on Algo. It's super sick. It's 25 USD, which is currently 188 Algo. So we can do that if we want. You just gotta connect everything.
You have to have an Oats Pass too, though.
You
right?
gotta have an Oats Pass, but I mean, if you want one, like, just hop in Horse Chat. We're gonna give you an Oats Pass. We're gonna.
I was gonna say, how do you get an Oats Pass? I think you have to race a lot, right?
So yeah, you just kind of race and get some lucky RNG. So all we gotta do is redeem and pay, sign on your Pair wallet, and it will live mint the NFT, and you will claim it right there.
So we're gonna get to see the one you just did.
We're getting an asset generation.
Show me that horse.
Ooh. You get to see your
unicorn?
some commons, some uncommons, some ultra rares. Beautiful gold creation here. And then when you get back to the page, you just have a nice claim button. Gives it to your wallet.
Nice.
Claim on my smartphone. And boom, we have a horse with the confetti of horses.
It's horse confetti. Oh my gosh.
Horse confetti. And that's it. That's all you gotta do. Boom. Horse created. Horse made. And if you are listening, watching, enjoying this, and you would like that horse that I just made, post an Algo Active. Next person to post an Algo Active video of whatever sparks joy, get that horse.
Oh man,
I'm gonna look and quick and see who the last person supposed was. No, it can't be an old one, right?
Yeah, it's not the last person. It's the next person to do it.
You'll never know. We're watching you.
That's it.
Very cool. Okay, so Luca's given away a horse, which is amazing. I might get active while Joe does Dev's Den. It's a possibility. I think Joe just left to get Algo active. I think that's what happened.
I mean, as he should. I'm surprised you aren't videoing yourself right now. That's a nice horse.
He left to go do the stairs. Right this
Does that spark joy, though?
It's true. Yeah. Well, Feely's got a StarCast for us, which I think would be fun to hear because I have been missing her just I don't know if it's guidance or fight. I just the aura of the vibes make me feel good. So I'm so happy you're back, sis. And we were gonna let you skip ahead of Joe, but I guess we'll let him decide if he wants StarCast or Dev's Den next. We thought you left to go get Algo active. We're like, oh, he's gone.
No, my audio kept cutting out, but I realized I guess Video Ninja doesn't work well with Safari. So yeah, so I switched to Chrome, so I should be good now.
That's what I was using, and it's messing up. Well, that's what I am using.
That's good to know. Yeah, we use Safari, no, Chrome. I use Chrome. I don't know.
Yeah, I was using Safari, but
Safari, sheesh. No, I like Safari has a web browser. I'm not gonna lie, but I also really like Chrome, and all the Google, the Google suite of free services. So I rock them both. All right, we'll do Dev's Den, and then we'll get some universal insight. If that.
In the meantime, I'll switch to Chrome.
Yeah. All right. We got a plan, folks.
All right, hey everyone. So this is my first full episode back proper after Decipher. I called in a little bit last week, but I was in the airport and couldn't stay for too long. So what I figured today, just give a quick update on like Decipher overall and talk about some of the technical announcements and some of the stuff that was happening in our developer workshops and everything going on. So first, kind of like I'd say the main headline items of Decipher, there are three like big technical announcements, like low-level technical announcements. There's a lot of partnerships and stuff that we can also talk about. But in terms of what we, the foundation, have been working on, there were a couple things. So one of them, which I am personally very excited about, is Liquid Auth. And we've talked about this a couple of times, but this is the first time it's been officially announced. And basically the TLDR of Liquid Auth is that we are making a better Wallet Connect. And so for those that don't know, like Wallet Connect, it's essentially like a centralized service that for some reason, like every ecosystem has decided to use, which is a bit ironic considering, we're all here for decentralization. So the idea with Liquid Auth, of course, we're spending a lot of time like engineering it and making it a good product, but it is using already established standards. So we are using things like WebRTC, which is the standard that like a lot of conferencing sites like Zoom, for example, use. So we're using these established standards. We're not reinventing the wheel, but we're packaging it up in a product that Algorand apps and wallets can use, and even people outside the Algorand ecosystem, so other blockchains or just any other use for decentralized authentication and communication, you can use Liquid Auth. And so we're still kind of in the early days of development. We have some repos. If you're like a developer, you can look at our Liquid Auth repos. And we have an example Android app that you can play around with an example app that's a web-based app as well. But the idea is that not only are we replacing Wallet Connect in the sense that you can connect your phone to a website and it'll send transactions to you and you can sign them, but it also does authentication, which means when you connect through Liquid Auth, you're proving that you own your account. So for example, if you are logging into a site, like one thing some sites do is they make you sign like a zero algo transaction, and you kind of just have to hope that they don't drain your account with that. This is a much more secure way, using cryptography behind the hood of your phone to prove that you indeed own that address just right away, instantly, when you do the connection. And what's also really cool is that Liquid Auth as a product, you can also go the other way. So, right, we're using these established standards to make it easier to use Algorand, but we can also then use our apps like Para, for example, if they integrate Liquid Auth, and then you can use Para in order to log into any site that supports passkeys. So passkeys are kind of like a new alternative to passwords. So for example, I can log into like Amazon using my Para wallet. I don't need to remember a password specifically for Amazon. I can just use my Para wallet, and I can tie that all back into my 24-word mnemonic, right? So those 24 words that you keep very safe, hopefully, and you use to back up your tokens and your assets. You can also use to back up your identity and a whole bunch of other use cases for logging and authenticating. So Liquid Auth is very exciting. Like I said, we're still kind of in the early days of development, so kind of in that proof of concept stage. But the engineers that have been working on it, I don't want to take any credit for this. I've not been working on Liquid Auth in particular, but the engineers that have been have done some incredible work. And it's unfortunately, I don't have an Android phone and we don't have an iOS app, so I haven't tested it myself, but I've seen it many times. And it's really, really cool. So that was one big announcement. And the other thing we announced is that we are researching privacy. So privacy, of course, is a very big topic right now in blockchain, especially with a lot of people talking about zero knowledge proofs. And so what we're doing is we're researching a couple different aspects of privacy. And really the two ways we kind of break it down is we have anonymous transactions and confidential transactions. And anonymous transactions mean someone can look at the chain and they can see that like $10 or 10 algo was going from one account to another, but they can't see which accounts they were. Whereas confidential means that you can see that, I sent IRL 10 algo, or I sent IRL some algo, but you can't see how much I sent her, right? So using these two things, we can achieve privacy. Now, both of these things have trade-offs, and that's the main thing we're researching right now. And so, for example, if we were to implement anonymous transactions, or in this case, we could do full private transactions, would also require some off-chain infrastructure. That infrastructure could be decentralized, but it's more infrastructure that might be harder to run, harder to organize, and just like more work essentially in order to integrate it. And then there are other kind of easier to implement privacy features, but it would only give you things like confidentiality. So your address would still be public, right? So there's a lot of different things we're thinking of. And of course, how can we combine the two? And there's been some great work in the developer community, particularly Algo Planck, which is like a ZK framework for AVM smart contracts. Honestly, a lot of it is even above my head, but it's really cool stuff happening. So a lot of the pieces for privacy are coming together, and we're taking it seriously, and we are indeed researching it. And over the next couple of weeks, so in addition to the keynotes that were live streamed and recorded on YouTube, we also had workshops specifically for developers, but they were kind of targeted towards like a wide audience in general. So Yared was known as HM2DV, I think is his Twitter handle, hash maps of data value. He did a talk on privacy, and he talked a little bit more about this in depth. What are the use cases? He had some really good analogies in there too to make it a little bit easier to understand. But that's kind of the high level, right? Is we're thinking about this stuff. We have all these different pieces in place. We know we can do it. It's just a matter of weighing the pros and cons of all these different solutions and figuring out the best path forward. So that is something else to be really excited about. And then we started talking about AlgoKit 3.0. So we announced some cool debugging features for AlgoKit that all the developers there are going to love. And then, of course, we announced TypeScript as well. So we all know that Python came to Algorand and made building on Algorand way easier, but we officially announced TypeScript. And this is going to be based on, there has been a TypeScript language that I've been building on Algorand called TillScript. And shout out to Ludo too, because he's been very helpful in the process of building that and giving feedback and stuff, along with many other community members. And so we're going to take all that community input that we've gotten throughout the build process of TillScript and turn it into what we're calling Algorand TypeScript, which is going to be essentially the same production level readiness of Python for TypeScript. So now, Python has millions of developers, TypeScript has millions of developers, and it's going to be widening our reach for Algorand development even more. So really, really exciting stuff. Now there's a whole lot more announced at Decipher. I don't want to spend too much time just talking up here by myself. And one last thing I'll say before we go back to the group is that my favorite part was probably just like meeting a bunch of people. Like this Decipher was really cool because everyone there was pretty much like everyone there loved Algorand, and you could talk to them about Algorand. And I got to meet people like Loaf and D13 in person, and that was really cool. So yeah, it was a really great event. And we're thinking, hopefully maybe do a Decipher, maybe not yearly, but like every year and a half or so, and make them special. So yes, and hopefully we'll do it stateside and be able to get to the community here in the States for the next one. But yeah, that was kind of the technical updates.
I'm stoked. I know you're headed out though to Germany.
Yes, yeah. So next week we'll a whole bunch of us from the foundation will be in Germany for a conference called We Are Developers. And I think it's like 20,000 developers there. And we are like a mainline sponsor. We have this like crazy booth with like free like shakes and stuff. Like we are going all out.
Ooh.
And what I'm most excited for about, of course, as a nerd, is to talk about all the geeky developer stuff that Algo is doing to like Web2 developers. Because what we learned in PyCon is that a lot of Web2 developers are kind of interested in blockchain. They've just always thought that blockchain like wasn't ready. Like they think of Ethereum as being like slow and expensive, and they're like, why would I want to use that? And so I kind of went in expecting a lot of Web2 developers to be like, oh no, blockchain is just a scam. But a lot of them are actually open-minded. So it's really cool, and I'm looking forward to have more of those conversations there, especially now that we have officially announced TypeScript. So John's doing a talk, Alessandro's doing a talk on the main stage, and then myself, Everett, and Camilo are doing developer workshops. So we're going to have a pretty big presence there. Looking forward to it.
I dig it. And I'm so gunning for a stateside event. I know we talked Barb Cypher. I was trying to get Luga to do a long road trip to make it there. But I just think like regional stuff is cool. Like if we do LA, I probably won't make it because like, I don't know, I'm claustrophobic and I don't love lots of people. But yeah, I think it just would be really fun. I think we had it. It wasn't in Miami. There was another event in Miami a while ago, and I
think the first Decipher was in Miami. That would have been like
That's
3 years ago, I think.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I remember the prices back then. Very cool. I appreciate the updates, Joe. I'm super excited about Liquid Auth because it just makes sense and past like my face can unlock everything for me. I'm good with that. That's cool. So
yeah, and we've all experienced like transactions not going through and just being a huge pain in the ass trying to use apps and stuff. So really excited.
And I'm still advocating, Para, you need to send me a notice when I need to update my app because I was having all these problems with something that Dropchain made and it was not working. And they were telling me it was working for all these other ones. And I'm like, I stake, I LP, I farm, I do all this stuff. And it's not working. And it was that I had an out-of-date app version.
You know, we got
an
inside man in Para now.
It didn't force the update. Like Para needs to be like my bank and say like, you have to update this before buying your next NFT because then I would have updated it. Like it would have been updated immediately.
I know a guy on the inside. I'll add him. Okay.
Just a little push notification inside the app. Hey, you're not running the latest version. Because I felt so bad when we finally figured out what it was. Of course, it was me. Oh man, I have felt like the whole time Feely was gone, we were in Mercury retrograde, which is just what I have learned is astrology speak for just shit hitting the fan and not working right. So I'm so glad to have you back, and we will get you in your starcasting if you're ready.
Hello. So welcome back, everyone. I'm thrilled to be here today, and we're going to explore Cancer season and Venus and Leo. So we'll start with Cancer season. Cancer season is from June 21st to July 22nd. And it's ruled by the ever-changing moon. Cancer brings an emotional depth and sensitivity to all aspects of our lives. Cancer is a sign that changes moods the most. The moon changes signs every 2 days and goes around the zodiac every 28 days. So it's no wonder Cancers can be a bit moody, but we love them for it. And this is why it's good to know astrology. But what exactly does it mean to be under the influence of a water sign? So Cancer is known for its intuitive and empathetic nature. Imagine the moon's gentle reflective light. It's no wonder those born under Cancer are deeply in tune with their feelings and the emotions of others. So this season heightens our intuition, making it easier to pick up on the subtle cues of our environment and the people around us. So now let's talk about the nurturing aspect of Cancer. This sign is often seen as the mother of the zodiac, always looking out for the well-being of others, whether it's friends, family, or even coworkers. Cancers are the ones that you turn to for support and for comfort. They're the natural caretakers, often putting other people's needs before their own. So during Cancer season, we're encouraged to reflect on our own lives and relationships. It's a time for introspection and emotional healing. This is a perfect period to focus on self-care, whether that means indulging in a relaxing bath, spending quality time with loved ones, or simply just taking a break of the hustle and bustle of daily life. Family and home take the center stage during this time in Cancer season. So think of Cancer as the ultimate home buddy. There's a strong desire to create a safe, comfortable, and nurturing environment. So it's a good time to redecorate your living space, host a family gathering, or even just enjoy the comfort of your own home. And I think it's cool that I moved in my new house during Cancer season, as some of you know. So it's been a very fitting season for me. I even had my first family gathering July 4th at my new place, so that was cool. Creativity also blossoms during Cancer season with our emotions so close to the surface. It's easier to tap into our creative side, whether you're an artist, a writer, or just someone who likes a good like do-it-yourself project. You'll likely find inspiration flowing a bit more freely now. Not everyone is going to feel Cancer season the same. It all depends on where Cancer lies in your chart, but we all have Cancer somewhere in our chart. So shifting gears, we'll talk about Venus and Leo. With this transit brings a whole new energy into our love lives and our social interactions. So what can we expect when the planet of love moves into bold, expressive sign of Leo? So a bit about Venus. Venus in astrology governs love, beauty, and pleasure. So it's all about how we express affection and what we find beautiful and how we enjoy the finer things in life. So when Venus enters Leo, a fire sign ruled by the sun, we get passionate and dramatic, and like a generous energy that's impossible to ignore. You can never ignore Leo when they walk into the room, even like they get attention even when they don't want it. Everybody just knows when a Leo is walking in the room. It's crazy. Venus in Leo is all about grand gestures and bold declarations of love. So think of it as the romantic lead in a blockbuster movie. Blockbuster sold. Everything is bigger, bolder, and more dramatic. This transit encourages us to express our love and affection in the most extravagant ways as possible. Generosity is another hallmark of Venus and Leo. People become more open-hearted, willing to share not just the resources, but also their time and their attention. If you're in a relationship, expect to feel a bit more cherished and loved. And if you're single, this is a good time to put yourself out there and attract someone who appreciates you for all that you are. Confidence is heightened during this transit. Leo is a sign that loves to be seen and admired. They love attention. And Venus here boosts our self-assurance and romantic pursuits. So you might find yourself more willing to take risk in love or wear your heart on your sleeve, and to go after what you truly want. So Leo's ruled by the sun, and the body part that they rule is the heart. So it's no wonder Leos have the biggest hearts. When Venus in Leo is not just about romantic relationships. So loud, I'm sorry. It's also a time for socializing, entertaining, and just being creative. Leo's playful and creative nature encourages us to just have fun and enjoy life's pleasures. This is also a perfect time to throw a party, attend a social event, or engage in activities that bring you joy and laughter. Artistic and creative pursuits are favored right now. So whether you're into painting, writing, music, or any form of creative expression, you'll find that your inspiration is at an all-time high. Again, this is also depends on where Venus and Leo is in your chart, but it encourages us to be bold and confident. So wrapping up, Cancer season brings us closer to our emotions in our home life, and Venus in Leo adds a vibrant and expressive energy into the mix. So together they create a dynamic period for deepening emotional connections and just celebrating the joys of life. So during this time, take advantage of Cancer's nurturing energy to heal and strengthen your relationships. Embrace the comfort of your home and your family, and allow yourself the space to reflect and to grow emotionally. Simultaneously, let the fiery passion of Venus and Leo inspire you to express yourself and to just enjoy being around people, and just socialize. So socializing will become a bit more easier during this time. And just to dive into your creative projects with confidence and enthusiasm. So, in essence, this period is all about balancing the introspective, the nurturing qualities of Cancer with the outgoing, expressive nature of Leo. So, just nurture yourself and your loved ones while also celebrating life's pleasures and expressing your creativity. That's pretty much it for today's Starcast. But yeah, thank you for watching. Enjoy the show.
That was so Feely coming back with the professional astrology. I love that. It was so good. And I've got an anniversary coming up, a wedding anniversary coming up. So there's that. And then my littlest is turning 3. And we got a birthday party at our house on Sunday. So I'm like in tune. I'm doing good so far. So good.
Anniversary.
Love, your house looks great though. Congrats on the new place. It looks amazing from here. I dig it.
I'm getting my office together. This is part of it. I'm gonna try to do the whole Cooper Daniels style, but I need a bigger tree. And a palm tree is like $70, like just like
really?
a home plant palm tree. And I'm probably gonna kill it.
How
Very
big of
good
a
at
palm
killing
tree? Like, are you getting
plants.
the roof?
Huh?
You getting a palm tree to the ceiling?
There's like a majesty palm that you can get for inside the house, and it's like 5 feet tall. The one that I want, I bought one, but it's in my living room. But I was not gonna buy 2 at the same time because that's like $140, and
Yeah, I don't blame you.
I got,
That's fine.
I got some curly grass I was very excited about, and it's already dying. It's been like 2 weeks.
They're picky. Plants are picky.
I want to be good at it. I'll get there one day.
There's like 18 plants behind you, IRL.
I know, and some of them have been alive a long time. Like
You're
this
doing
one's
great.
been alive a long time, but most of them rotate out. They're not the same plant.
When they die, you're like, nope. Hey, sorry.
Anyway. No, I have a Christmas cactus that's looking sad but is alive. It's like my brother says the ones that make it, it's like a slow torture.
That's one way to put it.
I gotta get better at it. It's on my bucket list for sure because I love how plants look and I like how they make me feel. But since they don't cry or bark or meow to be fed, tend to be the last on the list.
You just get warped and their leaves feel like paper and you're like, shit.
My peace lily will like totally fall over and turn brown and I can give it water and it will come right back. It's my
You don't go to jail if you don't take care of your plant. Like,
no, it's true. That's why they so let's see. We got my favorite part of the show typically, besides limericks, which we let everybody off easy. We're gonna do flex time real quick, I think, right? Yeah. Okay, we got it. The intro is just too cool for me. Like I'm still a little surprised I made that one.
Who made that? You made that?
I made that.
So good.
And I just, it feels too cool for me. Like I almost don't believe me that I
need you to mint the beat.
Oh yeah, I don't know. I didn't make the beat. I just paid for the royalty to use it as a 10 seconds of it. I smashed it all together.
Oh, okay.
Good. Fair. Okay. This looks like a wallet. What is it? What do we got here? Poly 2 Heart, my NFT flex time custom Cluckers coupe. Oh, okay. It's a room. It's a coupe.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I don't know about this. I did not either.
For people. If you hold enough Cluckers, I think.
So last week I was like, oh, I'm going to totally try to play the Yeti game on Thursday. And then Thursday was 4th of July. And I had a great holiday weekend, but I did not play in the game. So this Thursday, I'm going to be there. I hope so. I think Yeti just celebrated a year with the WOM crew, which was super cool.
Yeah.
Look at this.
Wow.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Feely.
Oh, no, I'm just saying I can't believe it's been that long. Been partying.
I like it. And I love Yeti and the project. but I wanted to stop and give the appropriate space to admire Algolem's.
Glorious.
Algolem. It still doesn't feel right. Flexes. I want to make sure we give it the appropriate amount of time. I feel like there's not enough time left in today's show to really.
Yeah, we need the full 8 minutes just right here.
Yeah.
Lasered in on that.
And this Feely, we need some alpha. How do we get these? What is this? You got some ladies dropping?
That is an ambitious girly. I've been auctioning her every other week because I've been alternating with space babes and unambitious girlies. And it's the auction starts on Wednesday and typically ends on Friday around I think 8:30 Eastern time. I've been having issues minting with Algo X, so one didn't happen this past week. But yeah, so it's every Wednesday, ends on Friday. I auction a space babe or one of these girls, and yeah. So like you get them through an auction, and it's just something that I've been working on for a little bit. And yeah,
I dig it.
it's a funsies.
I dig it. Even if they're unambitious, they are
because
awesome.
I'm lazy. It's funny because my boss David that I work with over at Realms, I was trying to figure out a name for these girls, and he's like, "Well, is there any story behind them? Because note keepers they have like this full on story. Like I don't have any lore. He's like, "We'll just call them unambitious." I was like, "Okay, yeah, sure," because they don't have a story.
Okay. I dig it. I mean, I strive to just be sometimes, right? And I think that that's important. So I dig it. I'm going to keep a lookout for them. And I think on the minting, people are having problems because pinata, something pinning. I've been seeing it all over the group thing. And I have had a few people report to me that they were having problems when they tried to use Crest. And I was like, my friend Joe knows how to use Crest. So Joe, if you get people mentioning Crest, I had nothing to do with that. So you know. All right. So here was my flex. I was going through my wallet and I was like, I want something rare, like that not just everybody has in their wallet. I don't think anybody has anything like this in their wallet. If you look at the rest of the collection, it's a different vibe. I'm just challenging you. It's a different vibe. I pulled like the 10 out of proverbial 2s, maybe, I think. I don't know. Maybe I'm just really partial.
Was he in the show? What?
Yeah, he was in the latest one. The latest one was chaos.
He's got a bow tie that's being held on by I don't know what. I dig it. I did have some concerned friends be like, I think maybe don't take a snapshot of Para like that again, because the 3D mode made it look more illicit than it was intended to be. But the reason I did that was because I liked the cute description. This is an original story of sorts. A silly man whale with an axe and a love of fitness found Algren and has began a journey of pure ridiculousness.
Yeah.
That's why I took that screenshot, was because I just thought. The story behind it, it's rare, it's got the lore, you know, we're digging it. And then somebody I gave a hard time to recently, because, you know, he never watches the show. Haruf is posting up, I think this is a Hawkta. Like,
come on now.
I don't know how you're supposed to say that, but I like them. I have one. No, I do not. I'm
Go on, this is the goal.
How's it said? How do you say that?
It's a hawk.
Okay.
I'm staying out of this.
It's head.
Oh, come on, Dad. You're like number one for this.
I'm digging all the feminine
behaving
PFPs coming out. Feelies, aliens are really cool. The unambitious girlies. I bought a really cute one the other day from a newer artist on Algorand that was a girly, more feminine PFP. So I'm digging in. I'm happy to see Boa get on that bandwagon. I don't know about the spitting reference and the naming. I don't know. But I think they're cute. And I got one and it had pit vipers. What do you call those sunglasses? It had the sunglasses. So I'm not saying mine's better than Haruf's, but all right. So I think we didn't have a ton of flexes. Oh no, we got one from Taco, Crypto Beavers, Algo.
A beaver made goats? Hold on now.
Beaver made goats.
I'm getting
It's true.
a robot made
I need
hot
to
girls.
get with them.
Beavers made goats.
I got a big idea I got to get with Beaver about. So Crypto Beaver, if you're listening, I need your help with VR rewards. Taco Coin, custom a flex, I can read. It's okay. Flexing a custom doofy. I like it. It's cool. It kind of looks like him.
It looks like him.
That is 100% Taco, yeah.
I want to know how he got out of getting the doofy eyes, though. I feel like the Taco should have the eyes and he should have the eyes because I got doofy eyes.
You got doofy eyes in yours?
I think so. Didn't we get doofy eyes? Yeah, we got a whole doofy body.
I feel like I got normal eyes. I don't remember. They also put me in a suit, which was wild.
Wild. Hey, you wear suits. They might be swimsuits that are Speedos with horses on them, but it's a suit, buddy. It's just a one-piece suit. A buttonless one-piece. I like the perp. I don't know how DC Perp has the best curated collection of purple. Like, it's good.
A connoisseur.
Mm-hmm. And then went in on @DigitalPalm to become a VIP. Please explain what that means to me. The camels are strong on XRPO. Explain yourself, Luga.
So in order to be a VIP of the Digital Palm collection, you have to have 5 camels from each of their 3 collections.
So 15 or 5 across 3?
Yeah, so 5. Yeah, 15 total, but you have to have 5 from each of the collections. So you can't just have 15 in one collection. And then you get entered into like all the VIP giveaways. You get put in there. They do, I think, a monthly drop of XRP, and they run a quorum validator that they also do monthly drops for their holders for. So we'll see how the ROI is, but we're in. I'm curious.
The different variations within the collections are giving me Algorillas vibes because they had like the metas and the Haram Boy, you know what I mean? Like the different types of collections. I dig it.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
You passed. And then there's my purchases from last week. So if anyone missed it, everybody's trying to spark joy. Feely says it's good for our universal chakra. That's totally wrong. I don't know. I'm trying. Luga says it's good for our bodies. So I think all you have to do is get active, post something up, and I think the first person gets a horse, which is pretty exciting. Let's see.
Is it anything? Like any workout?
Anything you want.
Are you sure?
I'm sure. I mean, I dictate the rules, so I think so. Yeah, whatever sparks joy. So if you like doing crunches, do some crunches. If you,
I think I see one from Glitched posting. It's not a video though, so you'll have to decide if that counts as step counter. But I dig it. Well, this was fun. Next week we'll be back for more. If you are thinking to yourself, man, I wish I was Ludo. How did Ludo get to demo his biotech? Did I say that right at the top of the hour?
I used to call it Biatek.
Biatek. Leave it to me. If it can be mispronounced, I will do it on the show. Guaranteed every time. Biatek. I'm so glad that you came on to demo it. But if you're thinking, man, I want to demo what I have built or had built on Algorand, definitely check it out. There is a tweet. It's my pinned tweet on Twitter, but I also put it in the comments. There's a link to a form. You fill it out, tell us when you want to come on, and we will save you some time to show off what you got going. And I dig it. There's a bunch of people who came in the comments late today. I appreciate you guys popping in. And I think that's it. Any final words, anyone? We'll start with Ludo.
Well, thank you for having me. And you can find a list of our products at biatech.io.
Ted?
Thank you so much. And the cat has been found. We're all good. And no sports this week. I mean, I could go through a tirade on the WNBA Rookie of the Year race. It seems a little premature for that.
Oh,
The
we're going
Euros
to get
and
into the
Copa-
hot dog story next week, though. I feel like
Yeah, the
that one
hot
was
dog.
a good one.
It's an asterisk title that this guy got. I forget his name because it's so disappointing. I'll save that for next week as well. And you'll get Copa America Euros wrapping up as well on Sunday. So we'll have a little bit more content with that. But yeah, in terms of the traditional Big Four American sports, at least, there's just not much going on. We're in the dog days of baseball right now. And with the Olympics coming up, that'll be something that's going to be a little bit more interesting. But we're kind of still going through some of the trials and whatnot. And talking about track times is only, super duper interesting. I don't know.
I'm digging the
Different
visor,
when it's
though.
yourself.
Is that a
Thank you.
visor?
Yeah.
I'm digging it. And it's
Yeah.
doing something
I've got
for your
the hair
hair.
for a visor.
I
Yeah.
like it.
So.
Yeah. Joey, final thoughts?
Yeah, still a lot that happened at Decipher that we haven't talked about, and a lot of stuff that's been going on. So, unfortunately, though, next Tuesday at this time, I will be in Germany. I think I'll be at
You'll be drinking
Algren's
Jack
doing
beer.
a side event, so
Oh,
we can
okay.
maybe I can call in from there and do like a vibe check
Sure.
with whoever else is there. I
Give
don't
Oh,
them
the devs in the house.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
can let them know there are real people who are not devs who love devs. I will totally be on a live stream and be like, love you, devs. Because we do. We love our devs here in Algren land. That's very cool. Feely, any closing thoughts? I'm so glad you're back. I think you're going to be back for a while now, as far as I know. We got you scheduled out.
Yes, finally. I'll be back more consistently. Yeah, I miss being on the show. It helped me keep up with astrology since I haven't been on. I haven't really been keeping up. And I feel like it's like affecting me because I was able to, go with the motions of the stars and stuff. And then like lately I'm just like, what the fuck is going on? Yeah, well, I'm happy to meet Ludo and I'm happy to see the whole crew here. It's been fun. I can't wait till next week.
Love it. Your updates challenge my aim to be mindfulness. Like when life gets crazy, it's like you take a step back and it's like, okay, well, maybe I can think about if I'm not looking at this creatively enough, or like, am I knee-jerking this reaction? And like, maybe it has not, maybe I can let go of something and it's the moon's fault today. I'm down with that. I like it. And Lord Beluga, any final thoughts for you today?
I don't know. Do whatever sparks joy. That's all that matters.
I love that.
Yeah.
All right. We will spark on and see you all next week. Later.